Hello, this is Dr. Ford Brewer with state-of-the-art preventive medicine, available to all through my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Recently, a patient brought in a book and got me started on it. It's called Diabetes Solution by Dr. Richard K Bernstein. It's a long book, 550 pages. I'll review that in another video. This video is actually talking about Dr. Richard K Bernstein himself. I looked him up and was just fascinated. He's in his mid-80s and still doing YouTube presentations regarding diabetes. Dr. Bernstein was 12 years old in 1946 when he was diagnosed with severe or brittle type 1 diabetes. He didn't start out to be a doctor. He actually was an engineer in 1967, in his early 30s, when the first simple glucometer came out. It was 3.5 pounds. It cost $650. It was developed for ER docs. Basically, when people came in to the ER and they were comatose or passed out, it was meant to be used to help them understand if this was a diabetic coma or if the person was out from alcohol or some other reason. Mr. Bernstein wanted one of these, but it was not available to him. It was only available to doctors. Fortunately, he had married a doctor, so he got his wife to order it, and he began a lifetime as a pioneer of diabetes self-care. That first glucometer is obviously the precursor of what you can get today, like the Freedom Freestyle from Walmart and other retailers. He became fascinated with the management of blood glucose using this glucometer. And several things happened. If you step back and look at the last half of the 20th century, the medical community was focused on low-fat diets. He was a diabetic engineer. Well, he classifies himself now as a diabetic engineer. At the time that he got this, he was an engineer and approached this more from his logical perspective. He decided that low carb was much healthier than low fat. He actually even wrote articles for publication in medical journals, but none of them would take it. So he went to medical school. He's been chair of multiple programs and departments of diabetes. He's a very well-known figure in the world of diabetic care. At age 45, he entered the Albert Einstein College of Medicine, and in 1983 he opened his practice in Mamaroneck, New York. I lived in Larchmont for about 6 years, just a few miles from this practice. As of 2006, Dr. Bernstein had an HDL, or good cholesterol, level of 118. That is just amazing. LDL level of 53 and triglycerides of 45. See my other video on the levels of cholesterol values that you'll usually see in diabetics. Dr. Bernstein strongly opposes the dietary guidelines of the American Diabetes Association. According to him, they allow way too many carbohydrates and way too much damage to the patient's body associated with that high glucose. In fact, his mantra is, diabetics deserve the same glucose values as non-diabetics. The glucose value he's referring to is 83. Most endocrinologists tell you they would be ecstatic to have values as low as 100 in their patients. Some of the other components of his program include, well, obviously a very low carbohydrate diet to maintain that tighter blood sugar control, a maximum of 6 grams of carbohydrate for breakfast, 12 grams for lunch, 12 grams for dinner, for a combined 30 grams for a day. Avoiding all sugars, all desserts with added sugar, such as candies, pastries, avoiding sugar, honey, avoiding starchy vegetables such as potatoes, corn, carrots, sugar peas, tomatoes, beans, and recommending dairy products that do not have carbohydrates, such as butter, cream, and fermented cheese. According to him, the patient should take his or her own responsibility for measuring his blood glucose value up to 8 times daily. Target blood glucose values should remain throughout the day, even after meals. He also recommends, obviously, weight loss and exercise for type 2 diabetics to help maintain their health. Again, this is Ford Brewer with state-of-the-art preventive medicine, access to all.